Hey everybody, it's Jeff, your executive gardener here. Hey, I'm just giving you a quick update in the garden. It is, we just had Labor Day here in the United States, and it's currently September 2nd, so if you're up in zone 2, 3, 4, 5, it's probably starting to get a little bit chilly at nights. Your gardening season is wrapping up. If you're in zone 8, 9, and 10, like I am, in Texas, it's currently 7 o'clock at night and 98 degrees. So still a bit too hot to plant most things, and we're gonna start ramping up in the fall again with our season. So, but anyway, it is what it is. But I hope everybody had a great summer. I hope everybody certainly enjoyed the videos that we put out, and I've enjoyed watching everybody else's videos. Here at the Executive Gardener channel, we're all about learning, and I make a ton of mistakes. I don't know everything, but I learn as I go along. And this video today, I'm going to show you two amazing things that I've learned, and it's just pretty incredible. I'm going to share with my viewers. So the first is I have a lemon plant that I'm going to show you. It's a dwarf lemon plant. And with this dwarf lemon plant, I think I showed a few of you viewers a few weeks back, about 4 weeks ago. It was really struggling in the summer. Much of the leaves were getting yellow, and it put out a little bit of fruit, and I'll show you in a little bit what I'm talking about. But then I started hitting it hard with compost tea, my own homemade compost tea, and I showed you a few videos about that. And what's really amazing about plants and fruit trees is that maybe this happens, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. If you have experience with this fruit tree resetting buds, 2 months or 3 months after it initially set buds, leave me a comment about this. But what I thought was remarkable is that I hit it really hard with 2 weeks of just real rich compost tea. And then after I did, I saw the plant start to get green, and lo and behold, the plant rebudded. It sent flowers out again, and I'll show you the impact here shortly. It's putting up a second round of fruit, a second round of lemons that I didn't know was possible. I thought once lemon trees set fruit, they set it. But what you'll see from my lemon tree here shortly is that there's two different fruit sets in the same summer season. I don't know if that had anything to do with the weather or the very rich compost tea, but leave me a comment. But nature's pretty remarkable in that way, that it would be so fortunate enough, because the first set of fruits weren't that plentiful, but this one you'll see looks to be very plentiful. So that's that. The other thing that I've really learned this summer, other than compost tea, really good compost tea, is hydroponics. So I learned that my best method of hydroponics is by far the Dutch bucket. My best plant to grow in hydroponics is peppers. Brock Hughes, you do a remarkable job. I'll give you a shout out to Brock Hughes if you look him up on YouTube. What he taught me about hydroponic gardening is to check the pH of the water, and to always make sure you flush your water out every week or two, because the pH tends to build up, and the pH has everything to do with fruit set and so forth, but also giving the appropriate amount of nutrients. I was basically blasting my plants with nutrients. Brock showed me how on his channel to set the appropriate amount of nutrients, how to measure it with the proper instruments, and lo and behold, I'll show you, I'm real excited. My my bell pepper plants, they're loaded with red fruit. And a lot of people on the internet say you shouldn't let all your fruit go red. I think that's baloney. Just like my shirt, let it get this red. If you're patient enough to let your fruits get that red, the sugar content within the peppers will more than reward you. But anyway, I'll show you that. So those two things, compost tea and proper hydroponics this summer, have really paid out dividends for me. So let me get out from in front of the camera, get behind the camera, and show you both my lemon tree, my dwarf lemon tree, and my pepper plants. Stay tuned. Okay, so what you're looking at here is a dwarf Meyer lemon tree. It's in a small pot. Looks to be about a 25, maybe even less, 20-gallon pot, something like that. Anyway, this thing puts off fruit. If you look at my old videos on the Executive Gardener channel, you'll see this thing when it produced last year. But you'll see that see these beautiful these buds that came up. So these are the last of them. Most of them look like this now. So Most of them are actually, these are little fruit sets that are coming up from the lemon tree, you'll see right there. But let me show you what's really interesting about this. So take a look at this. So this was the first round of fruit that came up, and it was okay. I mean, I've got some fruits there, but the interesting thing is that this thing set fruit about 6 to 8 weeks ago, but now I have, based on these buds were all over, I hit it really hard with great brewed compost tea, and then lo and behold, it started setting these flowers, and there was a ton of bees around it, of course, and then now I have a whole new second fruit set. If you take a look at this, this is just one branch here. I mean, look at this. All these, they won't all turn out to be a Meyer lemon, but certainly a good amount of these will turn out to be a Meyer lemon. And they are, try to be steady with the camera, all over the tree. I've grown this plant for 4 or 5 years, and I've never seen 2 fruit sets in the same season. So, I don't know. Leave a comment if you know what it is, like I said earlier. But that's my, show you, they're relatively small still, so they'll get bigger. But the first set and then the second set of fruit. And I'll keep you posted on here, but if you have any comments, maybe this is normal for a Meyer lemon tree. But I seem to be having a second set of fruit sets here in the summer. So nature's pretty remarkable. That's what I love about gardening, is that you just don't know what to expect from year to year, and it could be the weather, it could be the compost tea, it could be a number of different factors, but either way I'll take it. I will have a ton of Meyer lemons. Actually, while I'm at it, I'll show you the small lime tree. This lime tree wasn't doing too well either, and I blasted it with compost tea. And I mean, these, since I blasted it, first of all, look how green it is and lush. But since I blasted it, now this thing didn't, the lime tree didn't get a second fruit set, but what it did get was, man, these things got pretty big pretty fast. If you look a few weeks ago at my video, they weren't this big. Just great color, and you know, there's a decent amount of fruit set in there, but didn't get a second round of buds. So anyway, that's my Meyer lime tree, just as an update. Give me a second here and we'll take a look at the pepper plants. Okay, so here are my pepper plants. Hope you can hear me. I have a little bit of competition because I turned one of my big ventilation air conditioned fans, but the other one's still going. But here's a Dutch bucket system. So these are 3 pepper plants, different varieties of sweet peppers. And take a look at this. So this is, again, as I said in my previous video, typically bell pepper plants, especially in hydroponics, won't grow that well in the summer because of the heat. But I just kept getting buds again and again because of the ice water I put in the Dutch buckets. But love the Dutch bucket system. But I'm going to show you this. Look at this. Because I took care of that reservoir and I managed the pH well and didn't put too many nutrients and took care of the plants, they rewarded me. I mean, I've got fruit everywhere. But what I want to show you is look at all these red peppers. Unbelievable. There's some green ones over there, but I can't tell you, if you're patient enough to let the fruit turn red on your plant, it will reward you. So, and here's a different variety here, but look at all the reds on this. I mean, it looks like these are all sweet peppers. It looks like a Christmas tree with all the red and green. Look in there, there's some red, and there's one right there, and then one around there. So unbelievable. I've been so pleased with this, and as I said before, if you've not tasted, and there's another one here, I'll show you. This is, let me see if I can get under here. There's one turning red there, one red there, but if you can wait, there's another one right there. If you can wait for your pepper plant to turn red, your peppers, oh my gosh, I guess it's the sugar content in this makes it remarkable. And yeah, once you take these all off, they will reflower again, so you don't need to worry about that. But I mean, I've just been so pleased with, I'll give you a close-up from a distance, all the red there, of my pepper plant produce in the middle of the summer. And it's all because I manage these nutrients in the water. So again, I want to thank Brock Hughes and his channel for teaching me how to properly do that. And as I said before, these are 3 Dutch bucket systems. I have 7 more on order. And for my viewers, I'll be building a 50-foot greenhouse here shortly that you'll enjoy watching, hopefully, fruit and learn things and produce grow all year round. But because I travel a lot, these Dutch buckets make it so easy for me, and all I have to do is change the water and it rewards me. So this is an update on my very red, sweet bell pepper plants. So guys, that's all I have for you this episode. It's been a really great summer, great spring as well, great growing season here in Texas. Thank you all for subscribing to my channel. I hope you've learned some things. I've certainly learned things from your videos. And as we get into the fall season, as I gave you a sneak peek, we'll be expanding some things on the Executive Gardener channel. So many of you know I opened up a very large community garden with my nonprofit organization I belong to. And we actually fed 270 pounds of produce and food to the needy. We also taught inner city youth about the importance of growing your own food and staying nutritious. And my next project will involve building about a 40 to 50 foot greenhouse. We'll be featuring it in the Executive Gardener channel. I'll bring in on some additional people to add to some of the videos that we take. But in Houston it'll be exciting because I can actually grow things like you saw my pepper plants, tomatoes. I can grow things all year round. Now it's going to require, as you imagine, some air, some cooling in the summer and some heat in the winter, but that's okay. We'll do that. And what we're going to try to do again is try to get field trips of young kids in there to learn about the importance of growing your own healthy organic food. But also we're going to probably give some away to those that are less fortunate, but also sell very affordably to some of the local restaurants to keep our channel sustainable and going forward. So that's something to expect from the Executive Gardener channel in the fall. In the meantime, again, I appreciate everybody tuning in. If you have a friend that's interested in gardening, please forward the Executive Gardener videos to them, subscribe. But again, I've enjoyed this growing season with you and look forward to getting into the fall planting season here in Houston, Texas. I hope everybody has a great week and a great year. Thank you.